together. A friendship that's so strong it lasts forever. Despite these challenges and roadblocks in our way, I'll always have your back no matter what they say. So stand with me and face our final moment. Choose a choice to carry us on through this.
Last time on Choose a Choice, the party met Nyop, the mysterious hacker behind the moniker Salamander Subterranean 48. She decrypted the chip, revealing a treasure map to a highly powerful and very secret quantum computer.
It's so secret, senpai.
Revealing a treasure map.
Hello?
Revealing a treasure map to a highly powerful and very secret quantum computer deep beneath an unassuming Photonid Corporation warehouse. Her team of bodyguards double-crossed her as she was leaving the Safe House Motel.
Safe House?
Safe House. You know, like Millhouse. Safe House Motel, resulting in an all-out brawl in the hallway. Nyop was seriously hurt, and the team did not have the requisite first aid skills to do much, but they managed to at least get her stabilized. Finally, a chance to rest. Message notifications bloop on all 4 of the Dream Station headsets, indicating that each member of the team seems to have incoming correspondence.
I would like to open my message.
All right, Janet. Janet, you have archives of messages from your old syndicate, a string of steady hits and other jobs from people you considered more than just allies or friends. They made you who you are. They gave you the skills to be useful again. Sadly, there has been no word from them for several months. There is, however, one new message in your inbox. A brief missive consisting of a credit transfer to your account in the amount of 500 credits. The comment reads, "Keep upgrading, Janet. You're more than an assassin, and you're more than a maid. You've made yourself indispensable. Get the Photonid treasure, and you'll never have to be decommissioned."
That was really uplifting. It was very encouraging.
Aw.
You're more than the sum of your parts.
If Janet could cry, Janet would probably be crying a little bit right now.
Ooh, you should get that upgrade.
Crying upgrade. Maybe that's what I should spend my skills on.
The ability to cry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Janet is really happy about that, and I think also really curious at who this is and how they would know about everything that's happened.
Yeah, very, very valid questions.
Okay, can I read my message?
Mm-hmm. So, Sienna, you have several messages from your parents, variously threatening you and begging you to please come home. They can't stand you, they miss you, they hate you, they love you, and none of it seems really genuine. One message mentions that they are going to send some Sunrise Corporation androids to escort you home and, quote-unquote, keep you safe, but you know that it's just a play to avoid any bad press about the family. One other message, from what looks like a throwaway account, contains a transfer order for 500 credits to be put into your account. On checking your account, the credits are there, and the comment for the transfer reads, "Way to keep the team on track. More where this came from if you can get your hands on the Photonid treasure."
Nice. I don't cry because I'm not emotionally unstable, but I do appreciate the sentiment.
The sentiment that there's more money in your future?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that your parents kind of care about you?
Oh, I know they don't, but that's still... It's heartwarming to think that they're pretending to.
Can I read sketches?
So you have a couple of messages from your parents, mostly blaming the other parent for their divorce. but also asking how your adventure internship is going. Your dad's goatee obsession is as annoying as your mom's ignorant insistence that the so-called zombie problem in the city is caused by some sort of actual disease. There is one other message from an address you don't recognize with a transfer order for 500 credits to your account. It looks like it's already gone through, with the comment saying, "Stick to your principles, kid. Your potential is limitless if you keep moving forward. Get me the photonid treasure, and I'll make sure you are rewarded."
Nice.
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 Okay, I open mine.
All right, Quest. You have an inbox full of former friends and age-old enemies all contacting you about debts. Some you owe, some owe you, and some are completely made up. These range from business deals to games of chance and even the occasional personal wager. Most of them address you as things like, "You sly dog," or "You scoundrel," and there's even one that calls you, "You handsome, mustachioed, cape-wearing hunk of self-help success." It's unclear how she managed to find your account. Maybe it was on that pamphlet you gave her? Good news, though, is that you have a new message with a credit transfer to your account. It's $500. The comment on the transfer says simply, "I'm sorry for your loss. I hope this helps you move forward. More opportunities for you if you can get me the photonid treasure."
I wipe a single tear from my eye.
Okay, I'm going to drop out of the dream bed, or drop out of the network, and stand up out of the dream bed.
You fall through the top bunk down onto Quest. No, I'm
Wait,
kidding.
they're stacked?
Yeah, they're bunk beds. Did I not tell you guys they were bunk beds?
I don't know.
I thought there was. Yeah, you didn't tell us they were bunk beds.
Oh,
They're
well,
I
bunk
don't know if
beds.
you mentioned that.
In my mindscape, they're totally bunk beds. But
All right, we're gonna have to take down the other episodes.
We're starting over.
Continuity.
Totally differently.
It's embarrassing.
This
I call top bunk.
This changes the story completely.
Well, I apologize for not clearly specifying they were bunk beds. I wonder what people thought they were. I wonder if it was just like 4 single beds or like
Yeah, that's
2
exactly what
Yeah,
we
that's-
thought they were.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
You thought there was 2 queen dream beds? No, it was 4.
Yuck.
Oh no, it's a seedy
Snuggle time with
motel.
sketch wouldn't have been so difficult if it was queen sized.
That's true.
Okay, so you said I was on the top bunk.
Yeah, but like it doesn't super matter.
I mean, Janet's proud of being able to get top bunk as an android, you know? I think
Okay.
Janet sees herself as maybe not the most respected member of the team, especially after getting everybody lost in the tunnels. So I think that kind of makes her feel good. And with the email as well, like she's real happy. So she's going to climb down and she's going to turn to face everyone else and go, "Well, I just got a really nice message from our mysterious benefactor. Did you guys get anything?"
I got a message. I wouldn't call it really nice. Except the money. That was nice. Did you guys get paid?
Yeah, I got money.
Damn right I got paid. And you know exactly what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna gamble.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I really need a space cape again, so gonna have to go sort this out before the treasure.
Are you sure that's a priority for the team?
Yes, it is.
So, would you say that the cape makes the man?
You know, Janet, that's inspiring. I need to give that some thought. But then again, what is a cape but a mustache for the shoulders?
Back hair is technically the mustache of the shoulders.
Wait, can you say that in character?
Yeah, give me a second. Well, Back hair is technically the mustache of the shoulders.
Well, I do have that too.
Ooh, yummy.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
I give Janet a weird look and move over to the snack bar.
So each of you has gone through a lot in the last day or so, and and your skills have definitely grown.
Dude, I went through more right there than I did in the last 2 days.
You see your entire life flash before your eyes when Janet says, "Ooh, yummy." Each of you, so just as far as like leveling up goes, you can take 2 advances because of the events that have transpired and the things you've gone through, which allow you to do one of the following each, according to the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, page 54. Basically, you can gain a new edge, you can increase a skill that you've like got equal or higher than your attribute die, or 2 skills that are lower than their linked attributes, or increase an attribute by a die type. You can only do that one once per rank, or remove a minor hindrance or reduce a major hindrance to a minor hindrance, depending on the circumstances. We can talk through it. If you guys have ideas of what you want those to be, and totally talk through those now and get your character sheets updated. In addition, the Chop Doctor and the Mini Mart around the back of the Safe House Motel are open for business and have some interesting things in stock for those who want to spend some credits. Jerry, the motel manager, and apparently the room service, concierge, and cleaning staff, he left a complimentary coupon for 1 free surprise with purchase on each of your beds, and it looks like that coupon goes to the Mini Mart.
I take my coupon and I go to the mini mart.
For a second, I thought those coupons were for the Chop Doctor, and I don't think I want a surprise from the Chop Doctor.
That would be a good plot device for a future episode, though.
Yeah.
So, Quest and Sienna, when you go into the mini mart, you notice that the cashier looks very familiar.
Is it Jerry?
It's definitely Jerry.
What's his name tag say, though?
Jerry.
Okay, so it's really Jerry. It's not somebody... Okay. Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? It's been kind of a slow day here.
I turn around and run straight back to the hotel.
Okay.
I go in the front door.
Okay. There at the front desk, you see Jerry.
Oh,
He's standing there at the front desk. Oh, hi, Quest. How can I help you?
Just checking on something, Jerry. See you in a few.
Okay.
I
Bye,
go
Quest.
as fast as I can to the convenience store.
Okay. Do you want to roll for it, or?
Yes, I most certainly do.
Okay.
What am I even rolling?
Agility.
All right.
I've stayed at the mini mart the whole time, if that makes any difference.
Dude, that's double ones.
Oh no.
Yeah, you trip on your own shoelace.
Oh.
Actually, no, you trip on your space cape, and there's no way that could have happened.
No, the final shred of my space cape falls off
It's
and
like a
trips
phantom
me.
limb kind of experience.
And yeah, you make it back to the mini mart much more slowly than you made it to the hotel, to the motel front desk.
Okay, as I get in the door, I say 69420, and then I go back to the hotel and ask Hotel Jerry if any numbers are in his mind recently.
I mean, like just any number?
Maybe something you'd heard recently.
I think earlier you guys said that there were 4 bodies in the motel hall.
Oh,
So the number 4, I guess.
great job, Jerry. You won. I give him 1 credit.
Thanks.
All right, see you later, Jerry.
You now have 499 credits plus whatever you started the game with. I don't know how much you spent on your gear.
I started the game with 2 billion credits.
Yeah, that's not true. You started the game with 500 in budget, but you spent some of that on your equipment.
So we're in the Quick Mart.
It's the Mini Mart, not the Quickie Mart. First of all. Second of all.
Cease and desist letter from Matt Groening.
So while we're in the mini mart, I would like to look for some alcohol.
Did you mean space alcohol?
Yeah, space alcohol.
Space alcohol. You see candy, snacks, sodas, etc. There are light beers, as well as like ethyl alcohol for like treating wounds, but you don't see any like hard liquor.
Well, that's disappointing. I thought maybe Space Mini Marts would be Space Mini Mart plus Space Liquor Store, but that's fine.
No. You do see on the shelf Fun Yums, Chibos, Beppis, Prongles, Cheeseburgers, and a new kind of weird sausage called Bratwurst.
Cool. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna buy that ethyl alcohol.
Okay. It'll cost you 10 credits for a bottle of ethyl alcohol.
Sure.
Used for treating wounds.
Yep.
Which, if you drink, it will make you blind.
No, it won't.
It's actually
well, not immediately.
And isn't it more of a high probability, not a you definitely will go blind?
Yeah, it's like a high probability.
I'm buying it for my good friend, Niop.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think of a friend.
No, I was just trying to think of Niop's name. I forgot it.
You said you wanted some smokes as well?
No, I actually don't. Smoking is bad. It's gross.
Well, the Mini Mart does sell smokes. They're 50 credits each.
Okay, that's a lot.
You pull the pin and then you throw it, and it creates a large cloud of smoke.
Is it like the nicotine smoke grenade?
You just have to run through it, going.
Specifically made for hotboxing.
They're also selling stuns and frags at the same price.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to Jerry and be like, Jerry, where does a girl gotta go to get a decent drink around here?
Well, I don't know what you mean. We've got all the Beppis products here.
Talking about something a little harder than Beppis.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to find like a liquor store, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay. Do you know of any?
No, not really. I mostly stay around here at the Mini Mart, so.
Right. Okay, well, I'll take some of this disinfectant alcohol for a friend, not for me to drink and maybe blind myself with.
We also sell first aid kits, so you could get one of those if you wanted instead of just a, bottle of disinfectant alcohol.
Does make sense. Is there disinfectant in the first aid kit?
I would assume so. Or at least some ointment of some kind.
All right. How much are those?
They're 15 credits.
All right. I'll have one of the first aid kits. Forget this ethyl stuff. And I just slap up 2 of the light beers on the thing as well.
Okay. So it's going to be 5 each for the light beers and 15 for the first aid kit. So you're looking at 25 credits.
Okay. Do I present him with like a tattoo on my arm that's a barcode? Like, what kind of sci-fi monetary transit system is this?
I mean, credit cards and debit cards are still a thing in the future.
Oh, I thought we would have gotten rid of that. Okay.
No, it's a convenient thing.
Yeah.
Take that, Elon.
I'm gonna slap down my platinum gold member Visa. That's a thing.
Wow. How did you qualify for this? Most mercenaries can't even swing a basic entry level one of these.
I wasn't always a mercenary.
Fair enough. He runs the card and he says, "Receipt."
No, thanks.
All right. Well, thanks for shopping at Mini Mart. Hope to see you again sometime. Have a nice day.
I'm sure I'll see you in a few minutes when I go back to the safe house.
What are you talking about? I work here at the Mini Mart.
You do. Never mind.
Oh, did I? Is that a coupon?
Oh, my
I see in your
coupon. Oh,
hand?
yeah. I forgot about my coupon. Yeah, I slapped down my coupon as well. What's my what do I get with this?
Well, your name was Sienna. Was it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, just a
Yes,
second.
Jerry.
It's in the back. I'll be right back. He goes into the back, comes out with a tiny little box. It looks it's a box. It looks like it could have like a little pocket knife or something in it. And he hands you the box and he says, "Hey, this stuff was specially ordered for you with your name on it for this coupon deal." And you know, the package said, "Be careful, radioactive." So I guess take care.
Thanks. Cool. I'm not gonna open it here.
Okay.
Describe to me this corner mart.
It looks like your typical store that has both the numbers 11 and 7 in it. But it's got it's got candy, snacks, sodas. It's got some like preparedness stuff, crowbars, lighters, first aid kits, car repair stuff. It also happens to have stun grenades, smoke grenades, fragmentation grenades. Some forms of weaponry, although it's not as abundant as it might be at like a gun store. But it's kind of a general purpose. You can get most things that you're after, except for hard liquor.
Space Cape section?
There is no Space Cape section.
I'm gonna get some. I want 2 stun grenades and 2 smokes.
Okay, that'll be 200 credits.
Hey Jerry, is there any way you can cut an old friend a deal?
Depends. What kind of deal are we talking?
I was thinking, maybe 40% off for one of your old pals. I'm gonna roll persuasion on that.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Look,
Plus 2 charisma.
Look, I gotta make a margin somehow, but I can give them to you for 170.
Make it 170 and we have a deal.
172.
171.
Fair enough.
171.5. Okay.
You went up from the price that. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to ask about it. How are you paying today?
Card?
Do you have a card that you're going to pay with?
I sift through my fanny pack, looking at declined cards, old ratty torn up cards, burned cards, melted cards, cards with holes in them, cards that look like they've been chewed on by rats. And I reach in the very bottom and I pull out a shiny new My First Savings Account card.
He swipes it and the transaction goes through. And did you have a coupon today?
Yes, I believe it's right here. And I reach into my shirt and whip out a coupon.
I thought you were going to flip off Jerry for a second there. He says, "Oh, and your name was Quest, right? Quest. I'm
sorry, Quest Jenkins.
That's right. Yeah, I've got your coupon surprise with purchase item right here in the back.
Okay.
Just a second." He goes back into the back.
As he's in the back, I kind of lean forward and try and look under the counter.
Okay, go ahead and roll notice.
DM frantically thinks of something to put under there.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
That is a 13.
So you can see under the counter that Jerry has several shotguns.
I just muttered to myself, nice.
He comes back out of the back with a box. It looks like the size of a cake box.
It depends on how big the cake is, but yeah.
It's like,
It's the size of cake that comes with a stripper in the middle.
No, not that big.
Oh, Jerry, you got me a stripper?
This isn't from me, man. This is the package that was the surprise bonus item. It was just in the back with your name on it.
Okay. Well, somebody got me a stripper, right?
I'm pretty sure it's not a stripper. There's no holes in the box. They wouldn't be able to breathe.
Oh, strippers need to
One
breathe?
hell of a stripper.
Okay, well, anyways.
So he hands you the box, and he says, is that all I can do for you today? Do you need a receipt?
Sure, I'd love a receipt.
He hands you the little scrap of paper that says 2 smokes, 2 stuns, and surprise bonus item from coupon, discount, and total 175.
Cool. I open the box right then and there.
Okay. Inside the box, you see a familiar sheen. It looks like a velvet space cape.
I pull it out of the box as fast as I can.
At closer look, this is not just the Space Cape brand Space Cape. This is the Space Cape brand Space Cape Mark II, the Space Maker.
Oh, okay.
The nanoelectronics in this cape make it so that once charged through regular wear, translation generally about once per session, this space cape can be used to forcefully push surrounding objects away from the wearer.
Nice.
Because this blast goes out radially in all directions, the user does not feel any of the force.
Okay, so I got the Space Cape Space Maker. And what's the range on this?
It's 2 yards. The space cape isn't 2 yards big, but that's like how far the blast goes. So like anybody who's standing right next to you will get pushed 2 yards away.
Okay, so the edge of the range is 6 feet.
Yeah.
Well, it pushes people to 6 feet, and it pushes anybody within the 6 foot radius out to 6 feet.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no damage?
No damage.
Okay.
While this is happening, Janet's going to go up to the front desk at the safe house and ring the little bell.
Jerry is standing right next to the bell there, and he grabs the bell and kind of scoots it back and says, "Hi, Janet. How can I help you?"
Before I could ring it or after?
No, after you ring it.
Okay. I just love the sound of the bell. It makes me feel happy inside.
That's great, Janet.
Anyways, I heard that you were the one who helped clean up all those bodies. I was wondering if I could settle up with you.
Oh, it's no problem. I already put it on the hotel bill.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks again for being you, Jerry. And I'm going to leave him a $10 tip.
Oh, well, thank you, Janet. It's always a pleasure to have such a polite android in the Safe House Motel.
Janet's not going to reply. Janet's going to start walking towards the mini mart.
Okay. It doesn't take you long to get there. In fact, you get there faster than Quest did when he tripped over his Space Cape remnant.
Do I see it kind of rolling around?
It's still like kind of blowing around in the alley.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it on, try to attach it.
It's got like a neck chain thing. So yeah, it attaches no problem.
Yes. I finally got myself a space cape. Now I can be a man. Okay, I'm gonna walk the rest of the way now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna strut a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for Quest along the way, and like if I see Quest, I'm gonna try to make eye contact and give him like the chin nod, like chin up nod that you do, like sup.
So, Quest, it's up to you if you're still hanging out in the mini mart.
I think you're probably just spinning around in that cape in the mini mart,
Yeah,
and I'm trying to drag
I'm
you
just
out.
putting it on and admiring myself in my new shiny, beautiful Space Cape brand.
Do you push
Space
the button?
Cape Space Maker. No, I'm not going to push the button. I don't want to
Okay.
do Jerry dirty like that.
Okay.
Or me, who's standing.
I don't care about you.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Good to know. Good to know what our relationship is.
Okay, I walk up and I try to get Quest's attention without like saying anything.
I would like to just point out that I definitely noticed that Janet is wearing the space cape, but I don't say anything about it.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to like kind of show it a little more at Sienna.
Okay, I roll my eyes and I say, "Wow, Janet, where did you get that cool space cape?"
I found it. Can you believe that? It was in a pile of trash. It's amazing what people leave in piles of trash. I was in a pile of trash once.
I turn to Janet and I say, "Hey, nice cape."
Aw, thanks, Quest. And I give him the cape nod. It's like the biker nod, but for
Yeah.
people with capes.
I give it back to her with a big grin, and I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be sarcastic to Janet. I really mean it.
Janet just smiles. I don't know if Janet can smile. This is the problem with not fully fleshing out your character, kids.
So
About these things.
We've already established that Janet has like light up eyes,
Yeah.
and that Janet doesn't like breathe through her lips. So
True.
when she tries to make a like blowing out the candles noise, she just kind of makes the noise. It doesn't like actually blow air.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Janet's face is like an animated screen or if it's like a robot mechanically moving, or if it's like
I think
C-3PO face.
the eyes are like static, kind of. Yeah, it's similar to C-3PO face, but I'm going to say for the mouth, it has like maybe a bit of a display there that can articulate like different mouth shapes. So when I'm talking, it looks like I'm talking, or
Okay, so
know,
kind of
that
like
sort of
Bender
thing.
then.
Yeah, but Bender's mouth is like a real mouth, whereas mine is just this. It's like an LCD screen. So if I
Okay.
tried to eat something, it would just smush against the screen.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna do like a little eye twinkle with my high beam eye lights.
Quest, are you looking directly into Janet's eyes?
I'm looking at the Space Cape on Janet.
Okay, you see a bright flash in your peripherals.
I'm still looking at the Space Cape.
I'm gonna do a quick twirl and then I'm gonna walk up to Jerry. I don't know it's Jerry though. I'm gonna walk up to the desk, I guess.
Okay.
Hi, I'd like to buy a Mac 10 and some smoke grenades.
Okay, for a Mac 10, let me see here. He pulls out his price book.
Is it like a big, like a super, super thick, like reference book kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He pulls out his price book and he says, all right, Mac 10, Mac 10, Mac 10. Let me see here. A Mac 10, that'll run you 300 credits.
Okay,
And then what grenades were you saying?
2 smoke grenades.
All right, that'll be 50 credits each for the smoke grenades, so that's a total of 400.
Okay. And then I'm gonna just plug like my Android connector thing into his cash register.
He receives the credits and the receipt prints out and he's like, oh, all right. He hands you the Mac 10 and a couple of clips, complimentary clips of 45 caliber ammunition and the 2 smoke grenades and says, do you need your receipt today?
No, I have an internal record. But while I'm here, would you be interested in buying this? And then I'm gonna pull out the revolver that I had before and set it on the counter.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. It looks like it's been well used, but it's in pretty decent condition.
Best I can do is $3.
I can give you 150 for it.
Deal.
He transfers 150 to the account that you just used to pay for the Mac 10 and the smoke grenades. Oh, and by the way, did you have a coupon? We're doing this promotion with these whole like get an item with a free item with paid purchase. Free surprise item, I should add. It's not just any item in the store. It's the specific surprise item.
How fun. I love surprises. Except surprise attacks. Those aren't very fun. And then I open my compartment and I reach for like the first thing I can grab that feels like it.
Okay.
And I pull out a granola bar wrapper.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, Janet. That's a granola bar wrapper. That's not a coupon.
Oh. I take it back and I pull out the coupon. Huh. This seems like it's pretty much the same thing.
I mean, you're not wrong, but rules are rules, I guess.
All right. I hand it over.
All right. He says, okay, this looks valid. 1 second while I back in the back and grab this for you. You're Janet Mark II, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, I'll be right back. Jerry goes out into the back room, comes back with what looks like a 6-pack of like these glass bottles. And Sienna, if you're still in the store, are you still in the store?
Yes, I am.
You notice that it looks like it could be like some kind of beer, some kind of alcoholic beverage. And he says, Janet, these are for you. I don't know why these were the surprise. They haven't made these in years, but here you go.
Do I know what they are?
Yeah, so by looking at the label, you can see it's a 6-pack of discontinued Hot or Not drinks. And Hot or Not was an alcoholic beverage that was discontinued because when they're cold, upon exposure to air, they freeze into a solid sheet of ice. And when they're hot, they act as a strong industrial solvent capable of slowly dissolving through even solid steel.
That's super cool. Okay.
But if they're room temperature, they're just alcohol?
If they're room temperature, they're just alcohol, but there's a potential for them to be problematic when consumed.
This looks delicious.
The hell, Janet can't even drink. Why does she get the alcohol?
I'm not in charge of who gets what surprises. I just know that the labels are, the names are on for the surprises. That's all. I wasn't in charge of the coupon promotion. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Maybe you should take charge more, Jerry.
I mean, I can talk to my manager, but I don't know what he'll say.
Jerry, huh? Have you ever thought about opening a motel?
Huh, that's an interesting idea. Do you think there's a market for it?
I think for someone named Jerry, maybe.
Well, why would my name matter?
I don't know. I'm just an android. I'm going to walk out.
Okay.
I'm also leaving, and if Quest isn't coming with me, then he's just going to live and die in this mini-mart, I guess, admiring his cape.
I mean, they've got plenty of Funyums, Cheeseburgers, Bratwurst, Beppis, Chibos, and Prongles, so...
Yeah?
He's not going to starve to death.
As long as he has money.
As long as he has money.
Or he can fight and kill Mini Mart Jerry, I suppose.
Sketch would also like to go to the mini mart. He is slow, so that could justify why he wasn't there at the previous conversation. So Sketch is looking for 3 things that may or may not be there. Would it be possible in this Space Future World to put a laser sight on a pistol?
Yes.
Okay. So he's gonna look for one of those.
Okay. It just so happens that that there is one.
Awesome. I'm gonna pick that up. He's already got the billy club and the police revolver, so he wants to complete the set and look for some handcuffs.
Okay. Yeah, there are handcuffs as well.
Sweet. And then I just want to pick up a lighter.
All right. Yeah. So the handcuffs, I think those will run you about 30 credits. The lighter costs 2 credits, and the laser sight is going to run you 75.
Great. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go up to Jerry at the front counter and pull out. I'm gonna say it's like my school ID because that's the only debit card I've ever had was for paying for school lunches.
Okay.
Hi, sir. I think this will work here. It should have enough money. And put all my stuff in the school ID on the counter.
He looks at it and he's like, "Wow, I've never tried a school ID on this machine before, but let's see." He runs it, and the machine asks you to punch in your student ID number.
Oh, yeah, let me do that. And I punch in my school ID number.
Dude, remember waiting in the line at Errol Hassel and having to punch in your ID number before you could eat?
Yep.
And it, the machine would be like, "Enjoy," or something like that.
And the lunch lady would be scowling at you, not saying enjoy.
Incidentally, the cash register said "enjoy" in that same voice. And Jerry looks kind of confused, but he says, "Yeah, enjoy. Do you need a receipt?"
Yes, please.
Okay, he hands you a receipt, and he also says, "Oh, and were you part of the coupon promotion?"
Yeah, I've got a coupon, but I've been listening to these conversations. I really think these are more of vouchers if you think about it. I mean, like, you already have a gift back there with my name, right?
It's not really a gift, it's more of a surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
And
Here's your
you do have to buy
coupon.
something before I can give you the surprise, so really,
Oh,
is
okay,
it a
fair
voucher
enough.
or a coupon?
I slide over the coupon.
All right, he takes it, he looks at it, he actually holds this one up to the light, and he's like, "Oh, not a counterfeit." And he goes into the back.
He only did that for you.
Hey, what do you take me for?
And he comes out with a small parcel about the size of a wallet and about as thick, and hands it to you and says, here's your surprise item.
Okay, I open it.
So as you open it, you realize that it's a small pocketbook titled "The Adventurer's Pocket Guide to Adventures, a Quick Reference."
Yes, I love it. I put it in the breast pocket of my blazer.
Nice. So mechanically, this will allow you to, once per session, when you read it, you can get a +1 on a subsequent roll related to the entry that you
Sorry, once per session, a +1 on a roll.
on a roll related to the entry that you read. So you have to choose what entry you're reading about, and then at some later point during that session, you can get a +1 on a roll because of that.
Cool. I realized I've never described my appearance very much, so I just want a quick insert here. I wear a very nice blazer with like a button-up shirt and a tie underneath. The survival training program that I went to is called the Adventure Survival School. So I have like a gold patch sewed onto my lapel that just says ass.
Great.
I would expect nothing less on this podcast.
Do you wear little schoolboy slacks or little schoolboy shorts?
Shorts for sure, with the knee-high socks.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm leaving the mini mart and
You
on
already
my
left.
way.
You're long gone.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah. On my way back, I pull out, I don't know, I'm sure I have a random key somewhere, and I shotgun one of my light beers.
Okay. Yeah, you successfully shotgun it, though you probably wish you didn't because it tastes really terrible.
I've had worse.
I wonder if Nyap's awake yet.
Oh yeah, I bought a first aid kit to help her out. Yeah, I'm probably the first one that gets back, so I'm gonna go to her and see if she's awake yet.
Yeah, she's awake and she's just chilling in the bath, and she's like, "Wow, thanks for putting me in here, guys. I'm starting to feel a lot better."
That's good. That's good. I also have some band-aids. Yay. And some antiseptic.
Oh, great. That'll probably help.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I definitely put a lot more antiseptic than is probably needed on her wound and also some other places just on accident. Like I probably get someone like my face and her face.
Okay.
I just don't know what I'm doing. And then I also slap like 5 million band-aids on.
Okay, go ahead and roll healing at +1 because you're using a first aid kit.
9.
Yeah, you successfully apply the antiseptic and the like 9 band-aids. Currently, they're laid out kind of like, I'm imagining, like stitches. So
Yeah.
you've got like one at the bottom and then another one a couple inches up and then another one a couple inches up from there.
Yeah.
Wow, you sure you're not a doctor? This is some pretty professional band-aiding.
Yeah. Wow, thanks. Have you ever like been to a real doctor?
No, I try to not do that.
Oh. Because of how you're like a wanted hacker criminal.
Well, that and there's not a lot of doctors around that specialize in Denian medicine, so it's just usually not a good idea to go to human doctors for Denian problems.
That makes sense. I'm gonna check my biases right there, and wow, that sucks.
I mean, it's just kind of how life is. I'm not so worried about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, do you need any light beer?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Never change, kid. All right.
I actually think I might be older than you.
I don't. Well,
How old are you?
I don't know. Denian, do you guys do you age at the same rate as we do? I don't know. Like,
Well, I'm like 25 years old, so
oh, okay. Well, maybe a little bit older, but not by much. Just a little bit.
well, okay, kid.
No, I'm not a kid.
No, but if I'm a kid, then you're definitely a kid. No. Here, look. I'll spell it out for you mathematically. 25 is greater than what? 19?
Yeah.
And so if 25 is a kid, then 19's totally a kid.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, legally speaking, yes, you're right. I guess I'm just speaking more of like world experience, like no offense to you, but you kind of seem like you spend your days inside on a computer, not living life. So in terms of like life experience and like things and like wisdom, you're the kid.
Yeah, I'm not sure you know who you're talking to. But that's all right, kid.
Not a kid, but thanks. Do you need anything else? Do you want some Beppis?
Oh, I'd love a Beppis, yeah.
Okay, I hand her a Beppis, and then I'm gonna go plop down on the Dream Station bed, not plug into it, just lay down on it. I have the top bunk, by the way, and open up my little surprise.
Okay. Inside the surprise, you see a vial of deadly radioactive poison.
Nice.
And you know that this stuff is no joke. The little instruction manual on the vial says, seriously, this stuff is no joke, in bold letters. It says that at small doses after ingestion, it can take up to 3 weeks to kill a person. But at larger doses, it can be lethal much more quickly. There is no antidote. It also doubles as a convenient radiation source for smoke detectors, dusting, and other household fun.
Oh, cool. All right. I just chuck it willy-nilly into my pocket.
Okay.
But like I make sure it's like sealed up really tight.
Oh,
and then I
no.
chuck it in.
It's well sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, were you to open the actual bottle, you would find that it's actually a gold-coated capsule. So it would take a lot of work to actually get it open to the point where it's usable
Okay.
to like actually use as a poison.
All right.
In this form, it's not perfectly safe, but it's relatively safe unless you eat it. So as I mentioned before, you guys get 2 advances. Do we want to go through those? Sienna, I guess. Do you know what your 2 advances are going to be?
Yes. If I'm understanding correctly, I can boost up 2 of my skills if they are less than what the attribute die is. So, for example, my smarts die is a 6, but my common knowledge and notice skills were both at 4, so I can bump both of those up to 6. Is that right?
Yeah, and that only costs you 1 of your advances, so you've got 1 more after that.
All right. Well, circle back around to me then, because that's the one I planned out.
Okay, that's fine. Sketch, do you have ideas for your advances?
Yeah, I was hoping to bump my strength up from a D4 to a D6.
Okay.
And then take fighting, which I'm currently not skilled in, and give myself a D6 for that.
Okay, so you're going to bump that up 2 levels. Cool.
Yeah, does that work?
Yeah, that totally works. Quest, do you have your advances planned out?
Yeah, I've decided that I'm going to also up my strength to a D6, and I've decided that I'd like to bump up common knowledge by 2 as well.
Okay. Janet, do you know your advances yet? And then did any of you guys want to visit the chop doctor or?
I would like to.
Okay.
I would as well, mostly for the novelty. I want to see what Janet's up to.
Okay. Janet and Sketch are going to the chop doctor.
Okay, so we can play this out how you'd like to, Alton. The reason I'm visiting the chop doctor is to see if they can do anything to help my personality protocols, I guess, mesh better.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 240 credits, which I recognize is probably not going to be enough to pay for that service completely. But if I exchange one of my advances with the chop doctor, I don't know what that would look like. But maybe it could be that I offer the chop doctor a favor, or I don't know. What would you suggest?
Well, I think you should go visit the chop doctor and see what is actually available there before you make your final decision.
Okay.
Because with as you have your different personality fragmentation for longer, it's going to get less bad. And so I'd be happy to move that from a major hindrance to a minor hindrance and just say, if you roll a 1 or a 6 on your thing, then you're one of the personalities. Otherwise, they're mixed together.
Okay. I like that mechanic. I don't know how to incorporate this so that the listener can hear this, but one of the things that Janet feels about herself is that she likes how she interacts with people in nurse mode.
Yeah.
But doesn't like not being able to help the party or protect people. And so she's hoping to remove kind of the blunt, faceless personality aspect of her combat protocols.
I see.
But retain the ability.
So yeah, I like that. I think that's a really good idea.
Okay, so is that something that you'd like me to go to the chop doctor and role play out to get the process started, or are you saying that I can just have that?
You can have that as a function of getting used to your thing in exchange for one of your advances. The other advance is up to you. The chop doctor will be able to do a different service for you.
Okay, then I will say to everybody, "Hi, I'm headed over to the chop doctor. Does anybody want to come with me?"
Yeah, I'd like to come check it out.
Sure, I'll tag along.
No thanks. Oh, fine. I don't want us to. I'm just gonna check in on Niop real quick and make sure she's okay. Niop, are you okay if we all leave? Okay, I think she's fine.
Yeah, if you were going to say that anyway, then no, I want to come with you.
Aren't you like still cut up? Are you okay to come?
Probably not.
Oh no. Oh, no. Niop, I can carry you.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I keep the creepy robot away from me. I'm all good. I'll just I'll be here. Just don't get hurt.
Okay.
Come back with all your limbs intact. Except you, Sketch. I know that might have been a little insensitive with your peg leg and all. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Janet, so one of the things I have as gear is a baby monitor, which acts as kind of a two-way video radio communication setup. And I'm going to set the camera up by Niop facing the front door.
Okay.
This will help you get in touch with us if anything happens.
Sounds good. Thanks, crazy robot.
You're welcome. And then I'm gonna go open the door and kind of gesture to everybody.
All right. So the Chop Doctor, he's down, behind the Safe House Motel, through that same alley that you went to go to the mini mart, it looks like a little grungy kind of little place. You go in, and there's a little waiting room, and the person at the desk looks strangely familiar.
Yes.
Hi, can I help you guys? Looking for
Hi.
some implants?
Maybe. Just, I guess out of curiosity, is your name Jerry?
It is. How did you know?
Well, I just had a feeling.
Wow, that's I didn't know they made clairvoyant androids. That's a new one.
I don't know what that means. Can you say that again?
I said I didn't know they made clairvoyant androids. That's a new one.
I'm sorry. I couldn't understand what you're saying.
It's okay. You don't need to say it again, Jerry. She's fine.
Oh, all right. Does your friend need some help? I mean, the Chop Doc, he's good with cybernetic implants, but he can also do work on androids.
Oh. What do you have available?
Well, I'll give you the rundown. So, the doctor here, he for 450 credits usually, he'll give you a cybernetic implant, and that implant, it can make you stronger or faster or smarter or even give you superpowers. It's a pretty nifty thing. A lot of people do it to get skills that they couldn't otherwise have. It's kind of fun.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What can they do for androids?
Well, same thing, really. It's superpowers, smarter, better, faster, stronger. Everything from that Daft Punk song that Kanye West ripped off.
Space Kanye? Kanye already is Space Kanye, actually.
He is.
Oh, well, I don't have that much money, but thank you.
I mean, if your friends want to pool together, or we could put you on a financing plan. We've got financing plans with a low down payment of only 45 credits, and then you just pay the remaining 9 payments of 45 credits in the future.
What's the interest?
Oh, it's very interesting, let me tell you.
Janet has a degree in economics.
Well, generally speaking, we use 20% to 40% APR, depending on the projected income of the individual and how gougy we're feeling.
Okay. Well, I think that I can't imagine what I would need an implant for right now. But Sketch?
Sketch is definitely interested. He's a little short, so he's just going to glare at his laser sight that he bought, knowing that it kept him away from a cybernetic implant. He's too timid to go into debt, though, so he's going to remember this for later.
So mechanically, I just want to explain to you what this can do. Basically, if you buy one of these implants, it will give you arcane background gifted as like an extra edge. So you would get 1 power from the Savage Worlds book with 15 power points associated with it. So to use the power, you would roll focus, which is a new skill linked to your spirit attribute. So until you are like used to your power, i.e., when I give you another raise and focus on using your cybernetics, you would make your power rolls at D4 and a wild die -2. And then if you ever got Snake Eyes on your power roll, that would be treated as cyborg psychosis.
Can you describe what cyborg psychosis entails?
So cyborg psychosis, you guys would be familiar with it. It's just the idea that if you have too many cybernetic implants, it starts doing weird things as they interface with each other and your brain, and causing you to be like paranoid and kind of have this roid rage kind of thing.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, if you guys want to see the powers that are available, if you look at the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, page 172, I think the PDF treats it as 174 because the cover counts as 2 pages. But yeah, you can see the kind of list of powers that are available. That's not what your power has to be named or how you have to talk about it. It's just I would need to know mechanically so that I know how to treat, what the powers do. But we could find good names, trappings, status effects, etc., that fit your character and the setting, and make it go.
Awesome. Alton, I would like to use my other advancement to increase my agility die to a D8.
Also, while we're talking about advancements, I have decided for my second advance thing to take the skill of healing.
Okay.
And then raise it to a D6 because I already have a D6 in my smarts.
Awesome.
Niops praise for my healing skills really did something to my head, so I kind of fancy myself like an amateur healer now.
Nice.
Alton, the special ability Bite is interesting to Janet.
Is that a power? Here, let me check.
It's hardly a power. Anyone can do that.
172. You said it's a
Tell that to
power
someone
called...
with no teeth.
Oh, sorry. It's in special abilities under the bestiary. I didn't notice that. Okay, I found the actual list. Never mind.
I mean, if you really want a power that is bite, we can figure something out.
Jared's looking at powers like bite and claw and throw poop.
I'm already proficient in throw poop. Had a lot of practice with that one.
One of the things that I wanted to do this episode is to give you a chance to kind of have a personal vignette, because we just finished sort of chapter 1. Not really like chapter 1 bold text, but just like, it's a chance for a rest, a little interlude, if you will. And so I wanted to give you guys each like a little vignette, or like a chance to talk about yourself or your backstory a little bit.
So hold on, how are we framing this?
I'll frame it like this. Once all of the members of the party get back to the Safe House Motel and, are back relaxing in the room, thinking about the recent events, trying to figure out what to do next, how to get a hold of the photonid treasure, etc. You guys are left with a little bit of downtime. And so what we'll do is I'm going to draw a card for each of you, and depending on the suit, you'll have the option of 3 questions. One is to do with what your character does with the downtime that they have. The second one is to talk about your backstory a little bit. Or the third one is to kind of talk about a piece of the adventure that maybe happened off camera. And then if one of you draws a joker, then everybody gets an extra Benny, and then you get to choose the suit and category. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. Your card, Janet, is a King of Spades. Let's see. Spades says, you spend some time alone in quiet contemplation. What do you do? Or tell us about a great victory or personal triumph. Or tell us about a difficult obstacle that the group negotiated along the way from your perspective.
Okay. And is it okay if I kind of blur the lines between these a little bit?
Of course.
Okay.
These are just questions to kind of inspire some storytelling on your guys' part.
Okay, hit me up.
All right. Your suit is hearts. So for downtime, your question is, the hero practices a skill. What is it? For backstory, it would be a tale of your greatest love, lost, found, present, or waiting on you back home. And for trek, it would be how you endured a trying hardship on the journey.
Okay.
I can go next.
It says, for downtime, you work on or study an object of some sort. What is the object? And describe it. And like why it's important. Or for backstory, something your hero wants or already has. It might be a material possession, some recognition, a political goal, or even some like dream vacation. And then for trek, it would be describe how you or the group found something that helped you along the way. The examples it gives here are such as an oasis, a minor treasure, ammo, food, friendly locals, etc.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and Sketch Thompson, that leaves you with a clubs.
Nice.
So the questions here are, for downtime, your hero broods or is angry about something. What is that thing and how do you misbehave? For backstory, it would be a tale of misfortune from your past, perhaps revealing something about your hindrances or a dark secret. And then for trek, it would be a hardship that the party overcame or that you overcame, such as the tragic death of a favored friend, spoiled or lost supplies, mechanical breakdowns, abysmal weather, etc. And these don't have to be long. They just should be like a little blurb to kind of give us some flavor about your character's perspective on the party or your character's perspective on their own story. So yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes. So just hit me up in the chat when you're ready for me to come back.
Okay. Are you ready, Alton?
Yeah. Okay. When you're ready, Sketch Thompson.
Okay. So I'm not going to do this whole thing in character voice because I'm not speaking out loud. But I'm gonna talk about 2 of the questions. So the first one was, what am I brooding and angry about? And then a tale of misfortune from the past. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about my backstory because that's what Sketch is thinking about right now. I've been trying to think about what types of parents would lead to someone like Sketch doing things like the things that he's doing. And I've decided that they're pretty trashy people. They're kind of like Matilda's parents. Like, my dad's the equivalent of a seedy car salesman, and they both are just pretty lazy, not good people. And so when most teenagers would be rebelling by like doing bad things, Sketch is kind of rebelling by doing good things. And it kind of came to a head when he was telling his parents his goals for the future and what he wanted to accomplish and how he wanted to be a policeman. And they just laughed at him and told him that he would never accomplish anything. And so that day he ran away, and he had heard about this adventure survival school, which was like a 2-week training program where you learn to be an adventurer, and then they set you up with a group of adventurers and you go do something dangerous. But it was definitely a scam. It was like one of those get rich quick classes that just gets the people running it rich and not any of the participants. But Sketch didn't know that. Like, he's really naive and is really doing a lot of this out of spite towards his parents, while also thinking that he's pursuing his dream. So that's kind of my misfortune, and I guess I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, or Sketch should be waiting for the other shoe to drop, because it hasn't really caught up to him yet that he doesn't actually know what he's doing. He's not prepared to be out shooting at guards from these large corporations. He just went to 2 weeks of fake classes with fake advice, and now he's just out in the world.
That's pretty chilling.
So when he got those messages from his parents asking like how his internship was going, he interpreted that as sarcastic and mocking, and so he's just in the network right now, not answering those messages and giving his parents a silent treatment and scrolling through social media. He's really active on a bunch of Zombies Aren't Real communities and forums, so he's catching up on that and
Okay.
writing about his experiences with the so-called zombies.
All right. I like it.
So I don't want to play Sketch as like a dark character, but I think that's the minimum amount of darkness that's necessary for him to have made these questionable life decisions.
Well, I think it's an interesting balance because, obviously this is kind of a dark world that you guys are in. And, dark things are happening. But that doesn't mean that you can't be funny and find humor in the situations that you're in as well.
Yeah, and I think as like a typical dramatic teenager, Sketch has like a lot of angst towards his parents and is very motivated to do whatever they think he shouldn't. But that doesn't really taint his relationships with other people. So as long as he's not thinking about them, he's able to function and participate and contribute.
Okay. Sienna Bellingham, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so my prompts had something to do with an object that I either found or had, like either working on it or something like that. And then I'm also talking a little bit about the backstory question, which was something that your character wants, either something they already have or something that they do want that maybe they haven't got yet. So I was thinking that since Sienna bought this first aid kit kind of on a whim, it was something that she was like, well, I mean, I need to buy something in order to get my coupon promotion or whatever. And then she came back, helped Nayab. Nayab was surprisingly complimentary. Thought she did a pretty good job. So she's kind of like, during this downtime, looking through the first aid kit, kind of seeing what's inside of it, messing around with things, trying to figure out what sort of bandages would help certain wounds. I mean, it's a very basic first aid kit, but she's like kind of really into it. And the reasoning behind that is because she's kind of thinking about how, she has a million unread messages from her parents. They all say basically the same thing. And the subtext throughout all of them is that you are behaving in a way that is not good for our image. The image that they present to the public, since her father is a very prominent member of one of the corporations in this world. They have a lot of people looking at them and their family. And so her acting out when she was younger, learning like how to steal things, how to be really sneaky, sneak through her big empty mansion or whatever, wasn't necessarily to try and get their attention. It was more just because she really wants to have someone in her life who admires things about her, likes her for something that has nothing to do with her image. Her parents always rewarded her for doing something that looked good. Her friends only hung out with her so that they could post about it on social media, or they, kind of used her to get certain advantages for their parents or for their associations, kind of like in a networking sort of way. So her thing that she wants is just kind of to have someone in some position of closeness. It doesn't have to be like a romantic thing or anything, just like some sort of relationship where that person admires her for things that she has innately. Because her parents have only ever reacted or responded when she's done something that hasn't fit the image or has fit the image. That's when she got the positive reinforcement.
Interesting.
Or the negative reinforcement. So
yeah, I love that. That's a great way to turn something that in the moment seemed kind of inconsequential into this kind of character development, almost personality trait defining thing. That's really quite excellent. Quest Jenkins, whenever you're ready.
As the group finally has a moment to relax, Quest silently deals himself a few cards. The Queen of Hearts, caring and maternal. Another queen, this time diamonds, ignorant and uncaring. A Jack of Hearts, young but willing to try. And finally a King of Spades, proud to others, but empty. Another round to practice, hone his skill. Every leg up in life he'd ever had was won at the table. Then again, every bane of his existence had come from the table as well. It was a good hand. It would do well against his imaginary opponent. Years ago, he'd had the same one. The night he finally won a way to a stable life and lost Ren. He deals the opponent's hand and plays the game.
Oh, snap. Okay, that was really good. You have my vote for next Dungeon Master, first of all. Janet Mark II, whenever you're ready.
As Janet returns from the Chop Doctor, she begins taking an inventory of what the group needs to plan their next move. As she's going through what she finds in the safe house room, she encounters Nyap's bag, and inside is the broken computer that malfunctioned during Nyap's last hacking attempt. She approaches Nyap with an offer to help her buy, build, or fix her computer. While she's helping Nyap install some new hardware, she has a flashback to one of her early missions as a hitman for the Syndicate. For a second, Janet hears Nyap swearing under her breath, trying to get hardware seated correctly. Then her voice fades away, replaced by the sound of distant traffic and a gentle rain. Ahead of her, Janet sees yellow light pouring out of a small garage cobbled together out of scrap metal. Avoiding the dim halos of street lamps, Janet moves closer to the open door of the garage, listening to its inhabitants. Yeah, we'll have the shipment ready in the morning. I know. We'll be careful. I've got guys on it now. Okay. Janet hears the sound of a datapad ending communications. Target probability, 100%. Producing her weapon, Janet steps around the corner into the light. Ahead of her, a large Edenian covered in Syndicate tattoos stands hunched over a workbench with his back to the night. Click. The hammer of Janet's revolver sounds sharp against the soft nocturnal hum of the city. The Edenian man freezes, his arms pulling inward towards something she can't see. Put your hands on your head. Slowly, the man complies. Misha, he says, go inside. With a rustling sound at the workbench, a small Edenian girl pokes her head out from behind her father. Fear pulls her eyes wide. She drops a complex assembly of electronics and begins to cry. Misha, listen to your papa. Go inside. The man begins to turn around, tense and expecting death. A sudden crash sounds and the man jumps. He whips the rest of the way around to see a revolver laying just beyond the threshold. Gravel crunches in the distance as a shadow retreats into the night.
We want to thank our listeners and invite you all to follow us at Choose a Choice RPG on Facebook or at cac.rpg on Instagram. We post memes and updates there. Please leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast, and we'll see you next time on Choose a Choice.